Daredevil Born Again, coming out in March 2025. 9 episodes long.
Half of what we heard.
That's the logo. Look at that.
That logo.
What'd you say? He's going to the city?
He's going to the city? I said the city's bleeding.
Welcome back to the Breakroom. It's an emergency stream and video to talk about the Disney upfronts. And of course, the biggest announcement from today, the new pictures from the Wizards of Waverly Place reboot.
Whoa! Yeah! I asked him to put that in because he said he was like, I'll put it at the very top. But I didn't think you were serious. We don't have to talk about Wizards of Waverly Place. Maybe that's just my childhood. I loved Wizards of Waverly Place.
Me too. I was watching, so it'll be nice to see it back.
Did you know, and I just learned this, that Phil of the Future was canceled because that money was given to the next biggest property, which was Hannah Montana.
Oh my God.
I know too much about that year of Disney because I was that year of Disney. Keep going.
All right, so that's our Wizards of Waverly Place talk. Tune into the weekly podcast, Wizard Potting on the Breakroom.
Wizards of Waverly, it's just... Wizards of Waverly. I keep going to Wizards of the Coast, which is already a thing.
Yeah.
God dang it.
We'll figure it out. We'll revisit it. But of course, we got to talk about Agatha All Along, Daredevil Born Again, Ironheart, all this new stuff. And of course, joining me today is Jessica Clemons.
Hello, resident Waverly person? I don't know, but I'm very excited for Wizards of Waverly Place, going back to it. I'm also excited for Ironheart.
Yeah.
Because I think what I'm most excited about is that we're actually getting dates.
Yeah, exactly.
We're officially getting, we're getting years.
Yeah.
Because I don't think Ironheart got a date, it just got a year.
Yeah.
But since they said it out loud, you gotta stick to it. You can't change your mind now.
Please.
If they were like 2026, I'm going to run in there and choke someone.
Everyone is gonna look so different. By the time the movie comes out, everyone will just be different people.
People forget that yes, Dominic Thorne is still like an older woman, but she's still very young. And by the time the movie comes out, if she's 32, I'm gonna be like, come on, you guys, work with me here.
Work with me, yeah.
But I'm very excited.
And of course, I'm Evan. I'm the producer here in the Breakroom. But let's just get into it. Let's hit the big one up top. Agatha All Along. We're getting a 2-episode premiere on September 18th, as well as the final confirmation of this title, which I think a lot of people were joking about yesterday. We kind of talked about it yesterday. They released all these fake titles. Do we have the little video that they uploaded? Oh, Eric Boss. Whoa, he showed up.
He's a black woman? Since when? Since when? That's wild as hell. I knew it was someday it would come out.
I'm gonna press the button again and it's gonna be the same thing, but it should not be doing that.
Wait, do it one more time.
Oh my God, everyone in the chat losing their mind here.
We can talk about that. Did you say, oh, there it goes.
There it is.
I've got the title.
That's the title. They uploaded a video, which will play in post, where we've seen all the different titles that they've been releasing over the last year. Has it been a year? Yeah.
Do you think they've all been gags or were they serious?
I think they just, they went out to the interns. They were like, all right, give me one.
Give me one. The Lion, the Witch, and her awesome wardrobe, or whatever that one was. It's still fun.
All the interns pooled their money together, and they're all like, "We're all gonna vote on this one. We gotta get Charlie's read through." Anyways, 9 episodes will take us into November 6th, right past Halloween. It's really interesting, yeah. And Catherine Hahn and Joe Locke and
Patty LuPone.
We're all there to kind of celebrate the series.
Yeah.
What's your hype level for this, Jessica?
Oh, out of the roof. Great series. Great series, that it came from WandaVision.
Yeah.
And we all love Catherine Hahn. I think that's the most appealing part is for the upfronts, they went with those 3 people, including Patty LuPone. Because I just thought when they casted Patty LuPone, I was like, yeah, this is a great actress for stage and movies.
Yeah.
But I was also like, I didn't think she was going to be that prominent. But her going to the upfront, along with Joe Locke and Catherine Hahn, makes me feel like she's a big freaking character.
Yeah. It'll be really interesting to see. We've seen all these images. There was that little behind the scenes kind of teaser they released with the WandaVision steelbook. I mean, yeah, I'm so curious where this show brings us, and also it's very interesting that now I feel like we're gonna get a little bit more mysticism.
Yeah.
Even though we're in the multiverse, it's also hey,
remember.
Yeah, there's magic out there. And also, it's not just Doctor Strange, right?
Yeah,
like
it's not
everyone
just
else.
Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
And out of all the things that are coming new, this is like our first. I mean, yeah, we saw her in WandaVision, but we didn't get enough about her in WandaVision.
Yes.
So I feel like this is still like a new story. Because I'm saying, I know we're getting Ironheart, but like, you can also look at the comics and you kind of understand where Ironheart's coming from. We have Brave New World. We know where Anthony Mackie came from. We are like all these new Daredevil Born Again. We know where it's coming from. This one, I'm like, I don't know what to piece together. I don't know what's happening at all. I don't. There's nothing that I can even theorize might be going on.
Because the character is so different too. In the comics, she's more of like Scarlet Witch's teacher. She's like an older woman, and this is totally different.
And the photos have even been shown behind the scenes of them like at a mall. That doesn't help me. I don't know what they're doing. They're shopping. I'm so confused at where this is going, but I'm so excited for what's gonna come out from it.
Yeah, exactly. There have been some rumors too that like the show will kind of be based off of the Witch's Road comic book, which I started reading a while ago, and it's interesting in that book, or in that run rather. It's like Scarlet Witch is trying to like stop like this disturbance in the magic, and Agatha is kind of like almost like a spiritual conscience that she has there.
That's interesting. Well, but still, it doesn't help me with. I'm like,
exactly.
what is Joe Locke doing there? What is
what
is Patty LuPone doing there? Other than like her coming across these other witches, I'm like, what is going on? Why are you in a mall then?
Yeah, why are you in a mall?
And it's, I don't know. I'm getting thrown into every different direction.
In the Witch's Road. But I had a question, but I got distracted by someone in the chat saying, Fenric Olsen won on the Twitch chat saying, I wonder if they'll have a 2-part finale on Halloween. Or that week of Halloween.
I hope.
Yeah.
They have to. You know what's going to be more fun is probably seeing her in her comic accurate outfit, which is just that old lady outfit. And I'd be like, yes, I'm here for this.
Yeah. A lot of people dressing up as Agatha for Halloween.
Man, that's going to be me. That's gonna be me.
There we go.
That's
Called
gonna be
right
me.
Here. You said it. You said it here. Play it back. Play this one back on Halloween.
Oh god.
You want to try that video again?
Yeah, let's try the video. Okay. Oh my God, Eric! Get out of here. Make your Agatha video.
What?
Ellie Finelli in the chat earlier noted that the Agatha logo, the video that they released, has a Marvel Television in its logo, and I think Marvel Television even has put out their own logo as well. Yeah, so Marvel Television it's interesting that it's not just Marvel Studios, I guess. Any thoughts around this?
I want to see what you're talking about. So it says.
So John, pull it up again.
It says Marvel
has its own
Television.
thing, yeah.
Oh, they're probably separating it now again, which is more confusing for us because we also have Echo under Marvel Spotlight. So
that's a good point.
Marvel Spotlight will be the introduction and origins to people, but then Marvel Television are the live action television shows because we do see the Marvel Animation ones now say like Marvel Animation.
Yeah.
So then that's how they're going to separate it. I think it's only going to become confusing when we have the origin stories that are live action and the normal stories that are live action.
Yeah.
That's interesting. What did they say was?
I think they just wanted to note that it's like a separate thing, and I think at the upfront too, they made they had a whole like big display. You know, we'll see some of the full picture logos later, but they had one full logo of just Marvel Television on the screen.
I think it's easier internally also to separate your projects like this because there you go. Because then they'll be knowing what gets what budget, what gets what money. Because if they're passing X amount to Marvel Animation and they have probably a whole separate team from Marvel Studios Pictures, or Marvel Cinematic Universe, like the movie ones. So this makes sense that they're like, okay, we have now this chunk that's gonna go to Marvel Television, which would fall under Daredevil too.
Yeah.
And this is the upfronts for TV, so it makes sense that they're like, we're not telling you about the movies, and we're not telling you about the animated series. We're talking about the TVs.
But I do think from a business perspective, you're right. It does help for them to start delineating these things. It can't all just be like, all right, Marvel. And it might help with like audience expectation as well too. 10
years from now, it'll be easier for even us to separate it. We'll know that like Marvel Spotlights are the origin stories, which is interesting because I feel like they would put they put Ironheart under Spotlight.
Oh, interesting.
Because
I wonder if there's the Marvel Television. Oh, and there's Catherine Hahn, Patty LuPone, Joe Locke, right? Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens with that. HBAS on the chat saying that they just posted that an Agatha trailer will drop Wednesday.
Oh,
when's Wednesday?
Please not tomorrow.
Is that tomorrow?
Please not tomorrow.
Ooh,
we got two witches. We got two witches. Wicked's trailers dropping tomorrow at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard
See,
Time.
I could be
jeez.
wrong. I'll have to see.
What is
HMS,
March
please don't lie to me.
15th? What is March 15th? Is that a
May
witch day?
15th.
May 15th?
Yeah. Okay.
Other than a day
It
before my mom's birthday, who is the
May
queen of
15th
witches.
A witch day. I guess Anne Boleyn was found guilty of witchcraft
Oh.
on this day in 1536.
Oh, it's for Anne Boleyn.
It's for Anne Boleyn. Hey,
Anne Boleyn Day.
Pour one out for
Pour
Anne
one
Boleyn.
out for Anne Boleyn Day. The second. Well, she's the second. She was the second queen, right?
Oh, I don't know.
Because at first, I'm thinking of Six the musical. So it's Catherine. It's Catherine, then it was Anne Boleyn.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think also people in the chat asking about Marvel Spotlight and the distinction. I think the clear thing is that we don't quite know how Disney internally and Marvel internally is treating Marvel Spotlight. Like right now, we know from a public facing thing that they're saying, okay, this is Spotlight. This is going to be for like, you know, side characters that might not like attach, and also like it's going to be for our gritty shows.
Okay.
You know, like our Daredevil or Echo and stuff like that. But I think to your point, what you were saying before is that like that might be a way for them to be like, all right, Marvel Spotlight gets this amount of television budget now coming from Marvel Television as opposed to Marvel Studios.
100%.
So Ryan Payne in the chat has shared that IGN has posted a description for the Agatha footage that was shown in the upfront. It opened with Agatha Harkness not as the witch we saw in WandaVision, but as a detective struggling with a murder case. As she glances at a list of dates next October 13th, a familiar name appears, W. Maximoff. Aubrey Plaza's character appears after that, asking Agatha, is this really how you see yourself? That witch is gone, leaving you in a distorted spell. Claw your way out. We then see Agatha snap out of it, saying she took every bit of power had. I can be that witch again. And then we see eerie, witchy sequences as Agatha vows to walk the witch's road and build her coven. We get a look at Patti LuPone's character, who says, what witch in her right mind would join Agatha Harkness's coven? Agatha gasps and responds, I'm not looking for right-minded witches. Whoa.
Yeah, Anne, I get it.
Thanks, Anne.
Anne Boleyn, I understand, girl. Me too. Oh my God, I am eating that up.
That's it.
I'm eating that up.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Because that makes so much sense for Patti LuPone to show up and be like, aren't you that bad off witch that got her powers taken away and you're just bad and stupid? Like, I'm not doing that. And then I just love the idea that Aubrey Plaza is coming in to be that voice, not voice of reason, but to be like, is this how you see yourself? And it's like, what? See what? Yeah. What am I seeing myself as? It's just like it's just like the spell that Wanda kind of put on herself. It was slowly coming to, but it was more so just like, I want to live in this. Maybe it's the opposite for Agatha. She's like, I don't want to live in this, but I'm stuck in this.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm eating that up. I'm full. I'm full. I'm full until September.
Yeah. Then you'll be hungry again.
And then I'll be hungry again. Ooh, that is so good. I'm into that. I'm so into that.
Yeah.
Because then I also, just is her finding her way, but I also like the side story being like she's trying to solve a murder mystery. Yeah. She's a detective, like, I gotta solve the case, but who am I? Who am I?
Yeah, it'll be interesting if they take any of that kind of WandaVision, like the television parody elements, and continue that with this too.
They'll definitely follow through with that that sad hyper realization that Wanda would always come to. That's like, shut up, and like go crazy. They're gonna take that because she's gonna keep trying to do the same thing of being a detective, but little things are gonna happen. Like in Wanda, how it was the radio, and it kept repeating, and then she like exploded. It's gonna be little things like that. That's gonna be like, no, maybe I'll get my powers if I get other witches.
If I can come together like with other people. And
that's amazing. I'm so into that. I'm so into that. This is a year for witches.
Let's go.
God. Let's go. Let's go.
The gamer MJ last thing seemingly confirms Wanda is dead. I don't know if that's. I think it might be a dream sequence.
I think also with Wanda's magic, wouldn't she want her to believe she's dead?
Yeah.
So you can't find me?
Exactly.
It'd be like, it's still my magic. And then it makes it even worse that powerful magic is still like echoing. It'd be like, where's it coming from?
Yeah, exactly.
No one's ever dead. No one's ever dead. It's the worst thing that I hate about Marvel, but it's also the best thing. Anyone can just be like, you know what? No, let's bring him back. And I'll be like, what? I saw a literal rock crush her body. And they'll be like, did you? Like, yes, Kevin.
The other thing I wanted to hit was RoboKitties earlier in the chat saying, I know this is more an inside Hollywood question, but do you think part of the Disney reorganization, things like the reshuffling and the studios and stuff, had to do with the SAG and WGA strikes and the working conditions that the unions want for their members? It's interesting to think about like what what maybe got pushed because of strikes and stuff.
I think absolutely. I think because a lot of places, and this is only from me coming from like a Bob's Burgers where I used to work standpoint, I know that they were already preparing for this, the strikes.
Yes.
Like we all knew the strikes were coming. So it's like, okay, well, let's start putting in the work into fixing what we need to fix. And so Disney probably knew that because the Animation Guild goes under a different strike than what the other ones did. So I feel like piecing that apart and them having to give a certain budget and abide by what the Animation Guild had going on, but also what we're doing for live TV is probably separate.
Yeah.
I can't speak to the Animation Guild's contracts because I don't know what they were looking like. Even though from Bob's Burgers, it was a different, weirder thing at Bob's Burgers. But yeah, they probably did have to like, different things got different benefits, different benefits.
Yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, and also too, like, you know, we're about to get to Ironheart, but like Ironheart was like held for so long. It's possible that they were like, okay, well, this is shot. We know these strikes might happen. Why don't we hold on to one, right? And then before the strikes happened, maybe they didn't have enough time to get the ADR and stuff, but they're like, wait, hey, we got one in case we really got messed up.
Do we know if they shot any of, not Brave New World,
Thunderbolts?
No, not Thunderbolts. What was the other one? Wasn't there another one that was gonna have what's his name? Come on, John. I keep looking at you.
You're so vague right now that if you give me a name,
That's supposed to have Rhodey in it.
Armor Wars.
Armor Wars. That have we heard anything?
I don't believe that has started shooting yet. No.
Okay, okay. Because I was like, I could also see Disney being like, hey, we're seeing how Warner Brothers or whatever is just dropping everything and getting that tax cut. I don't want us to get punished like that.
Yeah, and the last thing we heard about Armor Wars was that it was getting retooled from a series into a movie.
Oh yeah, that's the last
and
we heard
Disney
of it.
Plus and Marvel Television at least, or Marvel with Disney Plus has stated that they didn't want to do movies on Disney Plus. So we'll see how this kind of all shakes out. I wanted to hit one more question in the chat here. NeoTunes12 asking, do you think, and I assume in Agatha, we'll see an incursion or at the start of one?
Woo, that would be great. I want every. This is a bad question for me to answer because I want everything to lead to the incursions. That is what leads to Battle World. Like I want Deadpool and Wolverine to lead to what it just causes the entire universe, like everything to incursion.
Yeah.
So I want it to. I think that is a good question of like, what is this going to lead us to?
Yeah, like how it starts. And will the.
Well, it has to. Maybe that is the we finally introduced like Clea and Doctor Strange because we have not heard or seen of them since.
They come back and they start trying to like work something to like get people back together.
I'd rather them than maybe like a big incursion, only because we do need to reintroduce those two again. And wasn't she technically the daughter of Clea's the daughter of
Dormammu?
Dormammu.
Yeah.
I don't know if that will be for the live. For what we're doing in the MCU, but that'd be fun to introduce.
Yeah, 100%. Okay, cool.
I keep forgetting everyone's names today.
Dormammu. You're good. You just shot half a video.
I did.
All right, let's get to Daredevil Born Again and Ironheart, which both got confirmed for next year, which is awesome that Ironheart finally is getting some type of release date. We were just talking off screen, but like they're gonna be. I mean, it was shot like 3 years ago at this point, maybe. 4?
Too long. I don't know the number.
Yeah.
Was it shot
2021 probably, right?
Right. Was it shooting during Wakanda Forever's release?
Before.
Yeah, that's wild.
The movie's old as hell.
Yeah.
Damn. Or the show's old as hell. I remember the photos that were coming out. We were talking about them on the Breakroom set when we were in the other room.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, they still haven't come out with anything.
Yeah. It's and I think Eric and Brandon saw footage, right? At the last.
Didn't they see like a glimpse of it? I think you're right about that too, or something. I think they were showing a glimpse of it at like D23 or somewhere.
Yeah. So it's awesome that we're finally gonna get this character, and also like, I'm really interested in how like that show is also going to feature the Hood, which is also like an element of like magic and mysticism. And yeah, that logo looks sick.
I love her.
Not gonna lie.
I love her so
awesome.
much. I love her so much.
And so yeah, I'm like really interested in seeing what they do with this and how they blend kind of like the tech and like the magic maybe. Hood is one of my favorite cards in Marvel Snap. I don't know anything about him from the comics, sorry, I'll say it right now. But I'm really interested in seeing what they kind of do, and also it's one of the clearest links we have to Mephisto as well.
The Hood is cool. I think the Hood is cool. I never thought he was gonna be cool enough to be the second main character or something. The idea of the Hood, I get the same sensation from the Hood that I get from Road. Oh my gosh, dude, I'm on one. Skull on Fire.
Ghost Rider.
Yeah, that's true. I get the same sensation, except for Ghost Rider's way cooler.
Yeah, 1,000%.
Just imagine Ghost Rider using mainly a gun. But I'm very interested in it. I was confused at why it might not be a Marvel Spotlight, but I remember Brad Winderbaum being like how you said, it's more grounded things. It's more Marvel Spotlights will focus on just like the origin, so you don't really need them to watch what's going on in continuity wise. It's just like, hey, this is where they started. When you see them next in Marvel Television or Marvel Cinematic Universe, it'll be them as their whole self. And so I think for Ironheart.
Hey, that was Basil Barrow Spinner with the 20 gift subs. Thanks, Basil. And also, Christian Unpronounceable, thank you for for a year. Yeah. Sometimes we have the sounds on, sometimes we don't.
That scares the shit out of me.
And the sounds, hey, they're great.
But for Ironheart being a Marvel Television show, I just think that they're not going to focus on her origin as much. It's just going to be her already thrown into the mission.
Yeah, and I think that's really cool, right? Like, we've heard the rumors that Fantastic Four is not going to be an origin story as well.
Yeah.
That's, a group that we know, we've established.
That's the thing. Yeah.
It's one of the reasons, like, I really loved Blue Beetle because it felt like a good take on an origin story, but origin stories are hard, especially the older you get, the more movies and media you consume in this genre. You're just gonna get a lot of origin stories.
You're gonna get so many origin stories. And then, not to be this person that rags on it, I'm like, when you get an origin story for main characters, it turns into 3 movies. So I'm like, oh, so I had to watch all 3 of these movies that were origin story. Like Thor's entire, it ended now. That his origin story is now over. And I'm like, we got him in 5 different movies finding himself, doing all these things, being his authentic self. Here he is now. And I'm like, I can't believe every movie. That's how I felt with Spider-Man, with Tom Holland, Spider-Man. I'm like, yeah, we're watching a 3-part origin story. And now he's Spider-Man.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's why I'm kind of like, don't give me any more origins. I know these characters. They're superheroes. I know it's going to be a sad origin.
Yeah. And it's also cool to, like you said, just to be dropped into it and to see how she's going to, what she's going to do in her world.
All you have to do is just bring up the little moments. Her mom's missing and it's like, oh, clearly her mom passed away. Go into this. She learned to do all these because of her dad taught her. We already learned that in Wakanda Forever. She she's an engineer because her dad taught her how to build a car. She would watch him. So I'm like, yeah, we don't really need an origin. Just throw her into it. We know she has a suit, a mock one suit. Let her go. Let her fly.
Yeah, 100%.
Let her fly.
And Daredevil Born Again, coming out in March 2025. 9 episodes long.
Half of what we heard.
That's the logo. Look at that.
That logo.
Would you say he's going to the city?
He's going to the city? I said the city's bleeding. Can you show it again? My favorite part is the double, how it looks like it's bleeding onto the city, but the city's just outlining the Daredevil.
That's
I thought that was, it's giving a little, I'm not being this person. I'm not trying to be this person. It's giving a little bit the Batman, but it still looks good. I love that it's blood. It's always blood. It's always the ink dripping, the red dripping over the city, and I love that. But I love that the city's so prominent now that it's not dripping. The city's just like, hey, get your shit together.
Yeah.
Daredevil, I need this. Because remember, they got the Punisher showing up in this. we got the Punisher showing up with this, and then everything's just crazy. Everything for the show is gonna be so insane. I'm kind of sad to see it go from 18 to 9 episodes, but it makes complete sense. 18 episodes would have been insane. That was my favorite part about it being on Netflix, but 9 episodes means it's gonna be great. They're gonna be juicy, and we got 2 seasons basically.
How much do you think we'll see of Maya Lopez, Echo? Do you think she's gonna be 1 episode dedicated to her? More than that?
It depends on the timeline and what we're doing, but we do know that they were all there during the blip. So it's if we do get any flashbacks or if it takes time during any of the blip, they will be probably interacting.
Yeah.
I hope 9 episodes does not seem. I don't think you guys heard the sound of our door shaking. that door over there, it shakes. the wind. You think a dog is trapped out there the way the wind hollers at us. And I thought if we paused, we held for it.
Yeah.
I thought
no, the chat's saying they did.
There's too many sounds in this studio from you guys to the invisible dogs outside. It's crazy. I guess I'm not used to loud noises. I'm from the city. You'd think someone that heard gunshots so I could do this.
Oh
Gunshots,
my
garage
God.
door, same deal.
Garage,
same deal.
it sounds the same. No, but
Resubbing.
so Jessica, I want to hear Jessica's true life. I ate a lot of bologna sandwiches and I heard a lot of gunshots. But going back. What was that? What was that? I feel like Wendy Williams in that one clip. What was that? What was that?
No, I think it was John.
Oh. Excuse me? Are you gonna answer that? Oh my God. It was like a wind.
Hey, Mom. I'm live right now.
Mom, I can't talk right now.
I'll get back to you later.
I don't know if Echo's gonna show up, and 9 episodes is not enough. And we know everybody that's returning, plus the new characters, because we got the new villains that are, well, we don't know if he's a villain yet. The guy that like spray paints, I can't remember his name right now.
Yeah.
But we have him coming, we have the Punisher coming, then all the original cast basically is coming back. Vanessa's coming back, and then I'm like 9 episodes. I know that's like 9 hours long, but I'm like, ooh. It's a lot of stuff. And then
Wait, is it a new Bullseye? Old Bullseye?
It's old Bullseye.
Old Bullseye.
And Bullseye,
right,
yeah, and Bullseye's crazy ass is coming back. I love Bullseye. I'm sorry. Y'all can hate on me for hating on him, or loving him. He's a crazy villain. I don't know. I'm excited to see where he's gone.
Yeah.
So I don't know if Echo's gonna show up. Because she'd be good too.
Yeah.
A good person.
I think like a 1 episode dedicated
You
to
think?
Echo would be great. Like if they're just like, I don't want her to be like shoehorned in, right? Like I would love that if it's like, let's just take like this one story or like this one mission that they're on together to do this one thing.
There's a reason why they put her under now on Disney Plus. They put her under the group.
The Spotlight? Oh no, the Defenders.
The Defenders.
Right,
They
yeah,
immediately
yeah.
put Echoes under the Defenders with Jessica Jones and all of those shows. So I'm like, well, show me.
Yeah.
Show me she's a Defender. And maybe that's the introduction.
Yeah.
I hope. They cannot fall in love though.
Yeah, please.
I will not
please.
allow it. I will not allow it.
So it looks like we actually have some trailer descriptions or teaser descriptions from the upfront. Jessica, do you want to read what's going on?
Yeah, mine is from the IGN and the Wrap, but via discussing film. It says, first trailer for Daredevil Born Again includes bloody action sequences with Matt saying the whole system is against you. It's often David versus Goliath. Murdoch is asked, what kind of lawyer are you? And replies, a really good one, as he puts a broken pair of his glasses. As he puts on a broken pair of his glasses.
Whoa. Interesting.
Let me think of that again. So it's a bloody action sequence with Matt saying the whole system is against you. It's often David versus Goliath.
I wonder who he's fighting.
Can someone give me the
Some folks online are also saying they say it's Davis versus Goliath, which is some kind of lawyer thing.
Oh. I was like, I think he means David.
Yes, RoboKitty's saying it's a book titled Trial, Error, and Disappointment, Davis versus Goliath.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
That would be in the most respectful way.
Dumb as hell.
Dumb as if he's beating someone else and he says Davis versus Goliath, if you're beating me up, I don't care how down, dizzy, birds and stars I'm seeing, I'm gonna be like, I think you meant David. Are you sure you didn't mean David? Oh, he punched my tooth out. Well, he's beating up someone that clearly doesn't know he's a lawyer. So it's definitely not gonna be like the Punisher.
Yeah.
Or it's probably a goon, right?
Yeah.
Because it's now focusing, if we are doing like kind of towards the mayor Kingpin scenario, that means that there's a lot of other gangs in New York that are coming out of the woodworks that are going against Daredevil to get the property that Kingpin once was like overruling. Yeah. So I wonder if he's just beating up those other gangs and they're like, I thought you were a lawyer. And he's like, bitch. Please stop. I'm like, and that's the entire episode.
Yeah.
I'm into it.
Yeah, he's probably, maybe caught in like a situation just like as himself. And he's like, you know what? I gotta bust out all the Daredevil skills.
I guess he's beating the hell out of him too he puts the other one is he puts the glasses on. He's like, I'm a pretty good lawyer. Also, a piece of me wants to just believe he's kind of down spiraling in this.
Yeah,
Like
because
he's gone.
if it does take place both before during and after the blip, like man, this like hurtling through time stuff with like the kind of street level or like the grounded character, it's like I'm all here for this. Latin Blue in the chat saying that noise before was the ghost of Anne Boleyn.
Oh, anytime you mention Anne Boleyn, she shows up.
Say her name 3 times in the mirror.
Oh, you say Anne Boleyn 3 times in the mirror, and somehow you get like someone else. I'm like,
Beetlejuice?
Beetlejuice? No, I said Anne Boleyn. I did not say Beetlejuice. This is so annoying.
You said it 3 times.
That's not Anne Boleyn. Anne Boleyn is not a wind turbine.
Is Anne in the room with us?
Yeah, is Anne in the room with us right now?
Okay, so
Anne, if you're in the room, make yourself known. Okay. Oh my God.
I'm gonna kick this chair.
Anne Boleyn might also be gay. this coming in right now. Oh, I'm in love with her. She's a ballerina, and she did not sleep with her brother. That's what the rumor was.
All right, so we have some more Marvel stuff to get to. I want to talk about the schedule. Before we do that, hey, thanks to our sponsor today, Marvel Move. We've been talking about Marvel Move a lot on the break from the last 2 weeks, and it's because we've been running a lot. Not me, just Brandon and Zach. Marvel Move is a fitness app with immersive audio that makes you feel like you're running, walking, or jogging through your very own MCU film. Marvel Move is a fully featured fitness app with GPS run mapping, step tracking, and stats, but the really unique factor is the motivation you'll get from progressing through thrilling original Marvel stories. And if you're entirely new to running and need a little structure and guidance, your Marvel Move subscription includes Thor and Loki's 5-week training, an 8-week-long program that will train you to run your first 5K with 12 hours of audio drama. Awesome. Incredible. Plus, you'll get new workouts weekly with stories from A-list writers like Teenie Howard and Jerry Duggan, plus more series and new characters arriving summer 2024. If you had a run and a Marvel character was yelling at you, who would it be?
Oh, okay. I guess I need the fear to actually keep going, so it'd probably be Nebula.
Oh my God, that's so good.
She's like, get over here. And I'm like, no! Please, I'm sorry.
It's just, I'm just playing Groot.
Oh,
He's
that's
just
nice.
saying,
That's
"I'm
encouraging.
Groot." Yeah. You can download the ZRX app on iPhone and Android today to try Marvel Move for 1 week for free. When you're ready to dive in, head to zrx.app/newrockstars and use coupon code newrockstars at checkout for 50% off your first month. And of course, check out nerdride.shop. There's a ton of great merch on the site right now. I'm wearing our old Madam Web shirt, which, hey, it's on Netflix right now. You can watch it and you can have a time. And also, you can get the Gambit shirt. X-Men 97 ends tomorrow, and we got so much great X-Men stuff on there. We got the Xavier Cup. The Xavier Cup. And we got the Breakroom hat. And we got tons of great stuff on there. John's been working real hard getting some really cool designs out with the rest of the team, so check out nerdriot.com.
Why are you snorting?
I'm apologizing because we are not in sync today. You were holding up that cup and I was like searching on the board for something to show people.
All right, so before we get on to there's some other stuff that's not Marvel that came out today, but let's also talk about the general kind of schedule here. So John, I know you were working on the graphic before. Do you want to pull up where we landed on what's coming up either the end of this year or beginning of next year?
Yeah, why don't you vamp for a second?
It's me. I'm the schedule.
We know Disney wants to reduce their output. They want to do some 2 to 3 movies a year, less television shows a year. Do you think animation factors into this? Now that they've branded Marvel Television and Marvel Animation, do you think that factors into their limit? And what do you think we get this year versus next year?
I think it does still factor into the limit, but this is also just me. They might completely be like, no, we're not factoring it into the limit.
Yeah, sure.
But I think it does, only because animation still does cost a lot and takes a long time to come out, and you have to send it overseas, and then it comes back, and you got to edit it and do a bunch of stuff. It takes a lot of manpower. So I think they would still include that in that might be what costs us a lot more than everything else. 100%. This is actually very expensive to do. That number that they gave, though, I was still kind of weirded out about it. I was like, that still feels like a lot. Is that not a lot?
It is. I mean, it is a lot for anything in one franchise.
Yeah, I was like, that seems like a lot. You guys made it sound like you guys were doing one TV show, period.
I know, right? I mean, 2 to 3 movies a year, it's like dude, when you were releasing 3 movies a year, I was like, that's a lot, guys.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Slow down.
What is it?
3 movies. Okay, no more than 3 movies and 2 shows per year.
No more than 2 shows and 3 movies?
Yeah. So
Yeah, it's still a lot because I guess this is the algorithm. Is like movie, show, movie, show, movie. Like that
yeah,
makes
they
sense.
wanted to like be nonstop, right? And if there isn't a Marvel show, they got a Star Wars show, right?
Yeah. Oh, that is true. And also the shows, if there are 9 episodes, 1 a week, then that's 9 weeks.
Yeah.
And then it goes into the next season.
Exactly.
The springtime. Here's your extra movie.
Yeah.
Damn, dude. And that's just that's just Marvel. Because again,
just Marvel,
they're still doing Star Wars.
Yeah, there's so much that they can put out, and so if Agatha's coming in September, and Deadpool is in July right now, so July, September, and then we have Christmas. There's around Christmas time. There's Skeleton Crew.
Yeah.
So do we think we get any of the animated shows to fill this gap, or do we think they're saying, okay, we got Echo out this year, and now we're gonna do Agatha. We're good. That's our 2 shows.
I think they're still keeping in mind what other big franchises are still dropping things.
Yeah.
Did we ever figure out? I do know that Wicked's coming November. It's coming over Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So I don't think they're gonna come out with anything around Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Because of Wicked is gonna be really big for them or for Universal, I think. And then is it still coming? What year? When is Craven coming?
Craven's coming Christmas time. Craven Christmas. A Merry Craven Christmas to everyone.
I feel like Disney won't care. They're gonna still try to come out with something during Christmas time.
What if season 3?
Damn.
Okay, so here's our Phase 5 graphics. So, all right, so we had Echo come out at the beginning of this year, and then we had the
That was my
surprise.
birthday!
Oh, hey,
Sorry.
happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
We have the surprise X-Men 97 drop, which also is, obviously a huge hit. Now we kind of have, we're going to have The Acolyte, which is obviously not Marvel, but that's the Star Wars show to kind of tide us over into the summer. And then we have Agatha. So I don't know. I still think they get out between Spider-Man, Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, and Wakanda, Eyes of Wakanda. Which one do you think comes out this year, if any?
Bring up the graphic one more time. I don't think. Probably be. Well, no, because you'd want Spider-Man to come out when everyone's going back to school, right?
Oh, that's true. Yeah, maybe.
So-
We get a surprise Spider-Man in August?
They could do Spider-Man and Agatha kind of overlapping. It would just kind of suck, but I think they recognize like 2 different audiences.
Yeah.
If one comes out Wednesday, the other one can come out on Friday. There's only August that's open between like Deadpool and Agatha, so I don't think anything's gonna come out in August.
Yeah, but again, maybe animation is gonna move on its own track.
That is true.
And they'll be like, hey, you guys gonna do your thing, we're gonna do our thing. We realize, like you said, different audiences. Yeah.
It's hard because I'm like, personally, don't do that again. When they did it during Miss Marvel and
the Marvels and Loki.
Was it it was Miss Marvel the show.
Oh, okay.
And then it was Kenobi.
Oh.
She-Hulk and
I was like, I remember suffocating because I was watching both because I was very interested in both, and I was like, dude, this is too much. I was like, do not do another Star Wars and Marvel show in the same week.
did She-Hulk and Andor also overlap? I think.
Yeah, I think it was She-Hulk and Andor
maybe.
because I wasn't watching Andor.
Wow, what a weird overlap. Yeah.
It was a weird time, but it was also, I think they were like, 2 different audiences. And I'm like, it kind of isn't.
Yeah, right.
Like, there's people that love Star Wars that also love Marvel and vice versa.
Yeah, 100%. And then it's for people like us who are covering it, then it's like, oh, sorry.
Luckily, we tag team. I will do She-Hulk while Eric does Andor.
All right, so let's bring up the graphic one more time, John. Looking ahead to next year, we got Daredevil, we got Ironheart. We have Captain America probably still releasing on Valentine's Day. What a movie to take a date to.
Oh, the Red Hulk.
Oh yeah,
Red
for
Hulk.
love. Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
gross. Continue. Filthy.
Where do you think they put Ironheart out?
I don't know. That one I could see.
And then because Thunderbolts is, as of right now, is still on track for a July, right? I think because that'll bleed over into the next phase graphic.
Oh yeah.
I
When
would
is-
say. Let me pull up.
I think the old one might still be linked. There we go. Thunderbolts is in May.
What year is Fantastic Four?
Wait, is that right? July 2020? Oh, wait. Okay, sorry. This is all 2025, which is actually next year because this year 2024.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Thunderbolts.
I don't know, man. one of these films gets pushed, right? We were saying Blade makes the most sense.
I think they should just have, honestly, they should just pull out January with Ironheart.
Oh,
Start the new year with Ironheart.
Yeah.
And then you guys get another month or two before spring where we get Thunderbolts. Those two shows probably have nothing to do with each other, and that's fine.
Yeah.
It'll be just different. It was like how we got Loki and we got Secret Invasion. I was like, one of these shows I have nothing to do with. I am not focusing on it.
Sure.
Yeah, just start in the new year. You guys already have it.
Yeah,
It's
it's
just
true.
open the door with it, just like they did with Echo, January 10th. Drop
Yeah.
Ironheart, January 10th.
And also, we don't know how many episodes of Ironheart it's
Yeah,
going to
that's
be.
true.
It could be short too. They could, because I think out of all the streamers, like we've obviously talked a lot about how the whole same day episode drop for Echo was really odd for Disney, right?
Yeah.
Shows they didn't have, like maybe they didn't have a lot of faith in the show. We don't know. That's it's one way to look at it. Other ways to look at it is like, well, it is a story that actually feels good. When you do binge watch it, like you get it all together.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see what they do with Ironheart. If the story is better to like consume in a shorter amount of time.
That's true.
I don't
That's
know.
true.
Yeah.
That would make sense.
Because otherwise they'll have to like cram it all before maybe, because they'll studio-wise, business-wise, they'll be like, we want it to be right before Captain America: Brave New World.
That's true.
But
That's
yeah.
true.
I don't know. Hey, can go either way. So so we kind of collect some questions from the chat. Just want to go over some other things that happened today. We got the Rings of Power Season 2 trailer. We got the House of the Dragon Season 2 trailer. Personally, I'm definitely more excited for House of the Dragon Season 2.
Yeah.
Not a big Lord of the Rings guy personally, but we'll see how it goes. Also, Spider-Man Noir confirmed live action to star Nicolas Cage at Amazon Prime. Lord and Miller hiring Oren Uziel, who wrote on 22 Jump Street and other comedies, and Steve Lightfoot, who show-ran the Netflix Punisher series. Say that 3 times fast. So it's really interesting. What a
crazy
combo,
ass
right?
combo.
Yeah, John highlighted that earlier for me, and I was like, wow, that's really interesting.
22 Jump Street as the Punisher. It just would be more violent, I guess.
Yeah.
I think it is going to lean more kooky and comedy. Also, bravo, Amazon Studios. You recognize that you have all the money in the world and you can try things.
Yeah.
And they are trying things. They're trying everything.
trying.
They're like, yeah, we're going to give this entire show to Nicolas Cage. I was like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's a big bet. And they're like, yeah, we have the money to do it.
Yeah, it'll be really interesting to see if that fully comes together. It's something,
It feels like it's also charged behind the fandom, if that makes
Yeah,
sense. Like
100%.
the fandom is watching this because we loved Noir played by Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
But people like my mom that just is gonna tune in, and my mom watches like The Boys. My mom loves these shows. She's like, Nicolas Cage is playing a Spider-Man? Like, it's confusing. It's confusing. So it is completely charged from the fan base.
Yeah.
Do you guys think that with the Silk show that they're also doing, what Spider characters next?
They probably are. Everybody wants a hand in Spider-Man now. Everybody wants a hand in Spider-Man. Also because the actors that are usually in these don't know that they're not in the Marvel Spider-Man ones. Like in Madam Web's, all of them thought they were in the MCU, and it was like, no, you're in Sony. That's a different one.
Give Penny Parker her own anime.
Yeah, it's a popular franchise. I think the only thing like next to it that's just as popular is all Gotham stuff. Like when you're doing all Batman, but that is completely owned by one person. Like that person's only doing it.
Yeah.
DC is doing that, and then Matt Reeves gets to do it on the outside.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, I think people want their hands in a Spider-Man. Pause. Pause. Also, I am very excited for Silk. I love her. I love
think
her
it'll be
so
cool.
much. And and that's the fun part is like only people that read the comics, yes. But also if you play Spider-Man 2, you're like, I know who this character
Yeah.
is. So I'm like, yeah, go do it.
It took me a second too, because I was like, who was that? And then I was like, oh.
I love Silk.
All right, let's hit some audience questions as we kind of wrap up here. Irish Warthog asking, where's Wonder Man? That is interesting.
That is a good question.
The show that I've consistently forgotten, and I've admitted it every time we've put together these kind of look ahead shows, look ahead Breakroom episodes, I forget about Wonder Man because it's not in the press as often.
Do this really quick with your finger.
Uh-huh.
Beep. Okay, so I had to electrically shock myself because I remembered 2 things. One, I think they're still shooting. Unfortunately, there was that news article about the the key grip that like fell and passed away, and that was also that along with being shooting during the strikes, they had a lot of pauses and mishaps that like made them I think they're still shooting. Second part, I was driving through Sunset, like where the Walk of Fame is, and I saw them shooting stuff for Wonder Man.
Oh, that's right.
And I posted it. I was immediately like, ah! I was like, I feel like I'm TMZ. But I think they're still shooting. I don't think that thing is coming out until 2026.
Yeah, I think that
That's
one's
not coming out
further
this year.
away. I see Irish Warhawk also asked about Vision Quest. I think that's way further. I think Disney right now probably wants to get out like the things
what
that
they have now.
shot, the things people are like kind of, you know.
I will say, I know it's hard to keep that stuff under wraps, and they take like 3 years doing everything, calculating everything. They should have never mentioned Wonder Man immediately.
Yeah.
Because once they did, we were like, okay, where is it? And it's going to take a minute for that to come out, and Vision Quest.
I believe they actually have not announced Wonder Man.
They haven't? It was just us?
In the trades. It's been in the trades and things like that, but not an official.
Okay.
Well,
Marvel.
Okay.
Interesting.
That's good to know, because I was like, we immediately clocked. We were like, okay,
Yeah.
bring me Yaya.
Yeah.
Bring me Yaya.
Connor Kent 616 and ASAP Vortex kind of reminded me about The Boys. John shared this morning in our news Slack that The Boys got renewed for season 5 before season
hell
4
yeah,
came
dude.
out. So really
Hell yeah,
interesting.
dog.
We're really excited about it. We're going to be covering the show, the new season when it comes out for sure in some manner or capacity. But yeah, we're excited about it. Not too much more to say.
The Eric Kripke and the boys are open and tight. Tight.
Everyone wants a hand.
Everybody wants
Everybody
a
wants
hand
a
in Eric Kripke. But I think Eric Kripke will do interviews. He talks about it widely. And with Gen V also shooting, they're like, yeah, here's our entire universe that's only getting bigger. They love updating their YouTube channel with new stuff. Like, The Boys at least is so open where Marvel is not, that they're like, yeah, you can come look at our set if you want.
Come look at this set.
Come to Canada.
Let's see. Festive Wise asks, can we get a John cam for when he's the off-screen producer?
Is there a cam over there?
John, don't run, please don't run.
About to put the camera turned off.
Spidey Sensei asking, so is this an old Nick Cage looking back at his career as a younger Spider-Noir? That's interesting. I wonder where that would take place in the time. Like, is it pre-Spider-Verse, post-Spider-Verse? Is it related to Spider-Verse at all? It's gotta be, right?
It's gotta be, but I feel bad saying like, yeah, he's a little older than his character that he played in Spider-Verse. Also, that movie came out a while ago, so it's like, how is today's looking Nicolas Cage, who the last movie I saw was playing an old teacher? Like, how is he going to play Spider-Noir?
What is that called again, that movie?
Dream Scenario?
Dream Scenario, yeah.
Oh, gosh.
That'd be, yeah, it has to. But isn't that kind of what the other Spider-Man, the main one that was played by Jake Johnson, kind of was? It was him being like, for a minute, it was him being like, yeah, here's my career. I'm sad and I eat pizza on my mattress on the floor. My entire college experience.
Oh, God.
Did you ever have a mattress on the floor?
No.
Oh, Mr. Moneybags.
Well, for 2 weeks.
Mr. Rich over here can afford a bed frame.
I'm Richie Rich.
You are Richie Rich. Ooh,
Terrible
ew.
to find out like this. Live on the show.
Live on the show that I had a bed frame? A $20 bed frame from IKEA? I'm like,
Dude, that is what I had, though. That is what I had. Like, people say don't buy mattresses from IKEA.
and I did.
Okay, so Festive Wise asking, what other holiday specials would you like to see? In what other holidays? Oh, that's interesting.
For the Marvels?
Yeah,
Or
for any Marvel
movie?
thing, or yeah, I think specifically around Marvel. Yeah, I don't know. Holiday special.
I love the Halloween ones, but that's because I'm
Halloween's
a
great.
Halloween girl, so I loved. Werewolf by Night came out like November, didn't it? Didn't it not come out in not scary Halloween season? It came out a little early or a little late.
September 25th. So
What were you doing? All you had to do was hold it for like 2 more weeks.
Yeah, they said, we're too scared to compete.
They said no. I'm a Halloween girl though, so anytime you want to do a Halloween episode to anything, I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Anything related to that. Like, that's it would be amazing. We've heard a lot of rumors for a long time about a special presentation around Mephisto or like another witch thing. It would be wild if that's what happened. Like around, they're like, okay, we gave you all the whole Agatha series, and as a little treat, because you said trick or treat, here's a special presentation.
Oh my god, I would lose my mind.
Yeah.
I would go crazy.
I would say let's get another I Am Groot special for Arbor Day. Okay,
No,
moving on.
Was that on Arbor Day?
I don't know.
Oh,
All right, well, we'll wrap it up here for today. Jessica, thanks so much for doing this with me today.
Dude, 3 of my, honestly for me, my most anticipated parts for Marvel. I am so excited you guys have no idea how excited I am for Daredevil. And with the Punisher and Bullseye coming into it, I am so excited for that. I love Agatha. WandaVision is where I started with New Rockstars, so I'm always happy to go back to that world. And I've been talking about Ironheart since Wakanda Forever.
Yeah.
These are my 3. These are literally my 3s. I'm like, this is my year. Or my 2 years, my next 2 years.
Yeah, yeah. And hey, more TV shows means, it's just a longer movie.
Longer movie,
That's
a 9-hour movie, but I get to do it in the confines of my own home. I can wear whatever I want, eat whatever I want.
Yeah, and sometimes I take out my phone. It's like, oh no, I'm being bad.
Oh yeah, I go, rewind it.
Yeah. 15 seconds. 15 seconds.
I watch a full TikTok and then I remember what I'm doing. I do that all the time. Can't do it for Shogun.
Yep.
But I did do it for a lot of Shogun. I had to rewind it.
Hey, make sure to subscribe to the Breakroom channel here on YouTube and give us a follow on Twitch where we do videos like these live. You'll probably notice a lot of weird cuts in this video.
It's not
we did
because
it live.
I was like, it's not because of me. I didn't make one thing that needed to be cut.
Follow Breakroom and Noir on Instagram, Twitter, and Threads. Jessica?
Follow me at Lulu_Clemons. Or you can follow me at Eric Voss. Hit it!
Fuck you.
All right, hey, we'll catch everyone later.
Bye.